Ayo Review family, keep it high, keep it tight. I'm Jay Morris, a review guy, back to bring you another video. I was sitting around and I was thinking, this has been a really successful, good year for heavy metal music, and there's so much more still to come. With a lot of bands and artists in the works of developing new projects, new albums, new EPs with no definitive release dates, I was thinking that whereas we are kind of in the black with certain bands, Cow Decapitation, Born of Osiris, Bring the Horizon, we're not really sure of where they stand, there are certain bands and certain albums that have definitive release dates that have been given forward. And for the months of August and September, I have compiled a short little list of some of my most anticipated releases. I think it goes without saying that all of these are going to get album reviews once they come out, and overall I'm excited to hear these. So I wanted to kind of boil this down to a small list because there's so many albums I could have really talked about today, but I wanted to keep it as short as I possibly could. So, on August 3rd, we have Crossface, Ex Machina, and Sarepta Jaan's Monument of the End. So, Crossface, I really love their blending of genres. I think that it brings a lot of unique style to the table. I like the way they blend genres, and I'm excited to see what this album's going to do. Hyped to listen to it, hyped to review it. I think it's very promising. And as for Sarepta Jaan, I did a track review for King of Undisputed Nonsense, and I want to do one of Sarepta Jaan's Children of the Automaton. Lots of episodes of track review coming up, lots of them. But this isn't the type of band that you would think would get signed to Sumerian Records because they're kind of like a technical death metal band, a melodic death metal band, and specifically technical death metal. And based on the tracks that we have heard released, the singles for this album, I think that it's a very promising album that has a lot going for it, and I'm excited to see what it's going to be able to do. And I'm definitely going to give it a review, definitely going to give it a listen, and hopefully it can live up to the expectations that I have for it. So, the 10th, I think it's obvious what this is going to be, Era's Neon. This is probably my most anticipated album of the year up to this point. I love Era. The tracks they've released, Breach and Disarray, they're fantastic. And if you guys would like, if you head over to Era's Facebook page, as of the making of this video, you can listen to, I believe, like a 40-second teaser of one of the songs, Valhalla. I don't think it's going to warrant a full-on track review because it's not the full track, but boy, that's going to get a big review. The album itself, when it comes out, I'm so excited for it, so excited to see what my favorite band can do. So moving on from there, we have September 7th, we have two albums that are going to be releasing, and it's kind of two albums that I would argue, looking at this list, are probably my other two most hype for them. I have such excitement for them. That would be Pig Destroyer's Head Cage and Sky Harbor's Sunshine Dust. So, Pig Destroyer, I reviewed their new song, Army of Cops, in an episode of Track Review, and it showcased a different style. Pig Destroyer being one of the kind of leading members of the grindcore sound, with really great, just classic grindcore albums, seem to be moving in this death metal type of sounding department, which has me excited. And although that track got a lot of kind of hate surrounding it, a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? There's people going in with a bit of skepticism to the album. I still want to hear what it sounds like, and I'm very excited for it. And the other one is Sky Harbor's Sunshine Dust. The track Dim, was that the first track review? I actually want to look at that real quick. I'm going to do that on video real quick. Just one sec. It might be. Okay, no, it was episode 3, but it was one of my first track reviews, and it blew me away. I loved this track. It showcased such a great progressive metal sound, and man, this album has me hyped. It could be one of my prog albums of the year, man. It just has a lot going for it. I think that it does a great job of what it's trying to do. I think it's obvious what it's trying to do, and for that, it has me really excited. So, the 21st, we have Aborted's Terror Vision. One of the best death metal bands I listen to, by far. Aborted is just a great death metal band. It's a type of death metal band that you can listen to, and it's just like, It's right there. You know what you're listening to. You know you're listening to a deathcore band, and it's not playing around. It knows what it's there to do, and I'm so hyped for this death metal album. This could be my death metal album of the year if it turns out as good as I hoped, or hope right now. If I'm watching this, or if anyone's watching this in the future and it's already out, if it's a really crappy album, I have egg on my face right now, and if it's a really good album, then I called it. Sorry. And then we also have on the 21st, Matter Mortem's Marrow. So just a really interesting kind of gothic progressive band that more people need to know about. Really like this band, really like what they're able to do with their sound, and I didn't know up until recently that they were, in fact, I was researching this list, I didn't know that they were going to release a new album, but it really has me excited because I like their music, and I want to see what they're able to do on this album. And finally, an album that really, it probably is going to be the next track review, actually. We're talking about Anonithrox, or a Thrak. I've heard this band name pronounced so many different ways. I'm not even gonna try. A new kind of horror. So, the song Ford. I'm not even really gonna go into that song right now because it's gonna get a track review. It probably is gonna be in the next episode of track review that's up. Wow. I have limitless things to say about this track that is I want to save for the review because I don't want to get into it too much, but let's just say that Anonithrox, I'm ready to be blown away. Please, blow me away with this album. They're not watching this. What am I saying? This track has me hyped. So hyped for this album. So freaking hyped, and I want it to work out. I want it to be as good as I hope, and I hope it is. But I want to know, what albums are you guys most excited for? It doesn't have to be heavy metal, because I could do a list about non-heavy metal albums that, I want to know. What do you guys find most appealing coming up? And what are your albums that you think are going to do really good or going to do really bad? Do you think these albums are going to do really good, really bad? And obviously, we're going to get more dates throughout the year. Born of Osiris is probably going to release something. Cow Decapitation might. I'm thinking more 2019, but we'll see with that. But anyways, guys, my name is Jay Morris, a review guy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. But until then, I'm signing off saying farewell.
Oh no, what your mama gonna say when I tell her that I broke no heart? It's just things not the way that they used to be. Oh no, now you crying on the bathroom floor and I guess it's the end. Well, I lost my mind and I lost my best friend.